So we're all set?
Yes. Hi guys, welcome back to Talkin' Smack. I know it's been a while. I'm Sierra.
I'm Rhiannon.
I'm Casey.
And today we have our very first special guest, so I feel like that makes her extra special. This is Shelby.
Hi everyone.
Alright, and she's going to be with us talking about our newest event that it's like her baby. We're going to be hosting it at Smak Parlor on June 11th, and it's called Naked Networking.
Yeah.
Crazy name.
Super excited.
Alright, we ready to jump in?
Yeah, totally.
Alright, cool. So where did the idea come from, Naked Networking? Tell us more about that.
Yes, that's a great question. Honestly, like the real idea stemmed from a TED Talk that I gave back in 2016. So it's a crazy story about my TED Talk, but it's on YouTube. You can find it. It's called The Masks We Hide Behind. And the idea behind the TED Talk was just talking about how young girls in particular, myself, I told my story basically, how when you're a young girl, like everything is about fitting in, right? Like it's so scary to stand out. And I went to a small private high school, a small private middle school where there was like 117 kids per grade. So if you didn't fit in, like you were an outcast.
It's pretty obvious, I guess, because
Yeah, so there's you don't have like clusters to like hide behind. Like you either have to like be in your
cool
group or like you're just really not in a group. And the idea of not being in a group was like mortifying for me. So in order for me to fit in, I kind of created all of these different masks. And I didn't know it at the time, and it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to try to be someone that I'm not. But looking back, 13-year-old, like hormonal Shelby probably didn't need to be all these different types of people. And I just learned throughout my childhood and then being a teenager and then, getting into college and starting to figure out like who my real friends are, who do I want to surround myself with, how do I actually want to show up every day. And through that whole process, I realized how when I was younger, I compromised so many of my values and I did things that I knew wasn't right or weren't right because I wanted to be liked, I wanted to fit in. And the idea behind these masks is that when you begin to remove the masks, you begin to reveal parts of yourself that are actually like the most beautiful parts of yourself. And so, 17-year-old Shelby trying to fit in, trying to be popular and liked, I wore so many masks. I was the popular girl, I was the easy girl, I was the party girl, I was the outspoken girl, I was at sometimes like the mean girl. Like I just wasn't who I knew I could be. And so when I chose to remove those masks, what's crazy is that everything that I had actually wanted in my life started to show up. So whereas, I thought I wanted all these things when I was younger, to fit in, like I was saying, I realized that I actually wanted to stand out. And I actually wanted to make a name for myself in the space of female empowerment and personal development. And I didn't mind anymore kind of being the outcast in some people's eyes. I wanted to be able to have my voice heard because I knew I had a lot of really important things to say. And it was a really tough transition. It was really scary to remove those masks. It was really scary to leave behind a lot of who I thought I was and to embrace who I knew I could be. And so that's the idea behind the masks. And so just recently, I've lived in Philadelphia now for about a year and a half. I'm from Philadelphia. And I just think there's such a beautiful culture of women supporting women here. And so I thought, wow, I love this. I want to add to it. I want to, have a bigger role within it. And the idea of a networking event came to mind. And I thought, okay, well, what would make this uniquely Shelby? And I thought, well, I had that TED Talk, talked about the masks. And then I was like, just playing around with some words, like my marketing mind started to come into play. And I'm like, ooh, naked networking. It kind of like rolled off my tongue, and I was like, huh. It's like one of those moments you have like that light bulb that comes on top of your head, and you're like, whoa, wait a second.
Yep.
This might be something really cool. So that's where the idea came from.
Yeah, I feel like I remember like when you came in to shop as a customer, like you instantly were like, I love your guys' Instagram, I watched your Talkin' Smack, and then you just like came out with Naked Networking, and I was like, what? And they were gone, and I was like, I wanted them to be here to hear it, and I was like, what is Naked Networking? And then you just pitched the whole idea of, taking off your makeup and connecting on like a deeper level, and instantly I was like, yep, we're gonna love this. Like the second they came back, I was like, so I found our next event. Like we're gonna do this.
She was so excited. We came in, we were eating tacos around the corner. That is what we were doing. And she's like, all right, I have to tell you, because I think we saw you when we were leaving. Like you and your friend were on your way in, and we were on our way out to go get tacos. And when we came back, she was literally like gleaming. She's like, I have to tell you about this event. And then she said, your idea, naked networking, and I think our reaction, like most people's,
like, wait,
naked
what?
networking.
Right.
Like, I need to take my clothes off.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
I know, but she seems like so excited. I was like, it has to be something. So like, let's hear it first.
Yeah, what's so funny is that, you know, I came in the Smak parlor intentionally looking to pitch the idea. I mean, I obviously wanted to shop too, but like, I'm like, okay, I want to go to a boutique. You know, here's the thing. I knew that I couldn't do it alone. And my theme for 2019 is collaboration over competition.
Which we've now taken. And
Yeah, because
this is our
it's an
theme.
awesome theme and it brings so much good to your life. And I'm like, I can't do this alone. I don't want to do this alone. So who can I partner with? Or who can I collaborate with? And I thought of a couple of boutiques in the city. You weren't the first I went to. The first I went to, I'm not going to name names, but they shut down the idea right away. And I was like, ooh, it stings, like that's my baby. I was waiting for the kind of reaction that you gave me. And when the reaction wasn't there, I think, you know, a lot of people could be like, all right, well, I'm not gonna do it. No one's gonna like the idea. But I'm like, no, I know this is good. And then have your reaction. I was like, okay, yay. It is good, yay, validation. But yeah, and everything has happened so fast. And I was talking to some of my friends who were with me that day, and they all obviously know the like inception of it. And a week later, you know, we were all meeting up and we were kind of putting the groundwork together. And then all of a sudden some other people heard about it, and now there's a couple other events coming up. And I recently told my friend, can I curse?
Yeah.
Yes.
I recently told my friend how I feel like I just birthed this idea, and overnight it grew legs, and now I'm just trying to feed it and make sure it doesn't shit itself. And it's like
waiting for the cursor.
And it's like just really special. So yeah, I'm so excited about the event, and I'm so thankful to all three of you for like believing in it and being like, let's do it.
I'm thankful for you coming to us. I'm happy that first boutique shut it down, because honestly, I think you said that if you ever heard of another boutique doing this idea, you'd be so jealous that like it didn't come to us.
Yeah,
basically.
I literally was like, if we saw this on Instagram, we all would have been like, wow, that is such a cool idea. Like, why didn't we do that? Like,
Well, that makes me really happy. And I think what's special about it is, and I'm going to butcher this quote. Someone recently told it to me. I think it was Albert Einstein. I don't even know if it was him. So I just heard this quote by an unnamed person where the quote was essentially, the best ideas are either old ideas packaged in a new way or new ideas packaged in an old way. And I feel like naked networking is an old idea packaged in a new way. Like, right? We see networking events all the time. I've been to a ton. I've also been to ones where it's like a snooze fest. Like, you walk in, it's stuffy, it's awkward, like, people aren't really having fun, and I mean, you pray there's alcohol there, and if it's not, you're like checking your watch, like, I need to get out of here, this is so awkward. But a lot of it feels so forced, and it almost feels like at those networking events, like, you have to put on a mask. You have to try to be this impressive person. You have to try to be someone whose business card is worth taking. And for a lot of people our age, I feel like we're still in that journey of becoming impressive. Like, I mean, I have some cool things I've done in my past, but there's a million people around me who are 10 times more accomplished than me. So this idea of naked networking, which I'm sure all of you viewers out there are like, what exactly is it? But yeah, I just feel like it's an idea that we're all somewhat familiar with. Then you add that naked part in the front, and you're like, oh wait, what? Say that again?
I feel like that's because it is a new event and no one knows what it is and keep alluding to it. What exactly can people expect from naked networking? Like, what is the idea? What repitch?
Cool. So here's like the 3 simple lines. It's women only, no makeup, no judgment. So what does that mean? The idea is to bring women together, and as soon as they walk in, they're given a makeup wipe and they just remove their makeup. So they don't have to come ahead of time with no makeup on. The idea is to come right from work. Don't worry about getting dressed up or dressed down. Like, just come as you are. And when you get here, you know, there's going to be some really cool like setups for everyone to either have their moment in silence where they're just kind of appreciating their inner beauty and just their raw beauty. But then also, you know, because everyone that's going to be there is going to have their makeup off, there's this new level of vulnerability that I think people are going to reach without having to really push themselves other than just getting here, right? Because, I mean, I know there are mornings where I wake up without my makeup on and look in the mirror and I'm like, ugh, damn.
Yeah.
And then I put makeup on and I'm like, okay, I got this, right? And I love makeup. Like, I'm a huge makeup fan, but I think when we bring women together and just take that first step of like really physically removing that mask, everyone else kind of sees each other in a different light because we're all here getting a little bit uncomfortable. So again, that level of vulnerability that, you know, I've been to so many like female empowerment events and they're all so great, but sometimes they force that vulnerability upon people. But I think again, just the act of getting here and doing that very first step, and of course we're gonna have mimosas,
Right.
and we're gonna have liquor and
Fun
food
stuff.
and like things that will help you kind of ease into maybe some of the uncomfortability. But yeah, so it's no makeup, and again, food and drink are included. And then here's the cool part: there's like the panels too. So, you know, it's not just networking, but it's also empowerment oriented. So we're gonna have 2 panels, and actually all 3 of you are gonna be on the panels too, which is so great. And the panels themselves, they're specifically designed to tackle the 2 sides that we see of confidence in women. So I think about a confident woman. You know, I think the initial thoughts that come to mind when I think about confidence is strength, is power, is like posture.
Like
But
courage,
you're like,
yeah, you're like,
brave.
and a lot of it's kind of masculine too, if you think about just the words I'm using. But then there's also this like almost unspoken about side of confidence that's becoming a little bit more mainstream, where it's humility and it's vulnerability and it's authenticity. Whereas before, sometimes people felt like to show your flaws is to lack in confidence, but nowadays to show your flaws is to be confident.
It's like the complete opposite.
Yeah, especially with social media today.
Yeah.
It's so important that we do that. I was talking to a girl this afternoon who I work with through coaching. She was telling me how she was getting really down on herself because she wasn't having as much success as she thought she would. And she's like, you know, I didn't want to share my results with anybody because I want to be looked at as a badass. I don't want people to see that I'm making mistakes. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. You are not a badass by not making mistakes. The fact that you make mistakes but still show up every day, that's what makes you a badass. So the 2 panels are going to kind of explore both of those maybe masculine and feminine sides of confidence, because we as women can always explore that more. And again, to be confident in your own skin and to feel like you can show up with no mask on and to be surrounded by women who are also going through that as well, I think it's just really powerful. So yeah, I mean, that's the event in a nutshell.
Yeah, that was me. And I think it's cool that we're all speaking. Well, Sierra and I are on the same panel, but we're like 3 different panels. Like, I think that's really cool because it's all very different sides. Like, Ree's going to be talking on the powerful, the other side, because you're a business owner and this is like a huge role for you. And I think that's really cool. And then Sierra and I are on the little more like authentic humility, which is just like interesting that we're all kind of doing the different sides of it.
Yeah. It's going to be really special.
Yeah, like slightly random, but as you were saying mask off, I feel like we should have mask off playing. Like maybe from like 6 to 6:30. Or 6:30 to 7 when they're showing that. I was when you said it started like playing in my head. I was
Just like start playing actually before the panel starts.
Yeah, that's like our walkout music.
I mean,
Let's do it.
seriously, so badass. Well, obviously we could not put this event together without some amazing collaborators in the city. So do you want to tell us a bit about who we're all collaborating with?
Yeah, we already know the answer,
do that question.
but they don't know the answer.
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna have to have your help with this because what's been great because you're all collaborating is that I'm not the only one who's brought together sponsors, right? So, you know, I can tell you about how Bumble BFF is one of our sponsors. So you all probably know Bumble. Who doesn't these days?
Seriously.
What I didn't know about Bumble until recently was that it's not just a dating platform. You know, it's a platform where girls can meet other girls for friendship, There's also Bumble Biz, where women can meet other women from a networking perspective. So I know the community manager of Bumble here in Philadelphia, and she thought this was a great idea and it'd be perfect for Bumble BFF. So Bumble BFF is sponsoring a mimosa bar, which again will help ease some of the little bit nervousness about the event for a lot of people.
Like 5 of them before I go to the panel.
You're gonna get in the back.
I know, it's like double fisting.
It's gonna be great, no worries. So then they're also gonna be giving us swag bags as well. So be prepared to leave with lots of Bumble swag.
My favorite part of any event.
Yeah,
Is this
swag.
swag? It's like the only thing I care about. I'm like, when do we get to it?
Yeah, it's really awesome. And then for the other liquor that we're having, single prop rum. So we're all currently looking up what good recipes to make for the rum. So if you have any suggestions, let us know. Because it's still about a month away. But yeah, so we're gonna have rum drinks and champagne drinks. So if, you can choose both. You can mix if you want to get a little crazy. It's all good. I'll be
No
listening.
judgment. No
No judgment at all, please. Don't judge me because I'll be like, it's fine. It's Tuesday night. He doesn't want to party on Tuesday night. So those are the 2 sponsors that I want to talk about. But I want to I know Rita, you brought together some sponsors.
Yes, so I reached out to 2 amazing women brands in Philadelphia. Coco Kitty is one of them. She is going to have her oil, which will be used to take off the makeup. So each woman will be able to use that to take off their makeup. And then we will have Lucy, who has her brand called Metallit, and to kind of stay hydrated throughout the event. So you aren't like, I feel like when you take your makeup off, your skin can be dry, or then you're worried about like a flaw or whatever. So like this will help you stay hydrated, and you will glow all throughout the event with them. And like I said, they are women based in Philly, and they really strive for the collaboration over competition as well. And they will also have like little tables set up so women can purchase the items as well if they really like them.
Yeah, which is cool. And then you can also shop our store. We will definitely have a little time to shop and walk around the stores as everybody's kind of walking in. So there'll be a bunch of different things to do, I feel like.
Yeah.
Before we get into the panels and the networking part of it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I know.
Are you guys excited?
I can't stop talking about it. Like, are you
I know.
kidding me? It's literally my baby, and I go to sleep thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. I'm like, is it June 11th yet?
I know, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be so cool.
So for everyone else who's excited, how can they buy tickets? How can we get these tickets?
www.nakednetworkingevents.com. You can also go to our Instagram page, just at Naked Networking Events, and there's a little box for tickets there. But we're on Eventbrite, so it'll just bring you to the Eventbrite page. You can also search us on Eventbrite. I think you also have tickets on your website as well.
Yeah, so we link back to your Eventbrite page.
Okay.
So you can also get there through smakparlor.com, and we have the link in our Instagram bio as well.
Yeah.
So a ton of different ways to find it.
Yes. No excuses.
Yeah, and by the way, this isn't a very big venue, so it's going to sell out really fast. So we're only selling 30 tickets. We've already started selling them, so if this is something that you're like, oh hell yes, I want to be there, definitely make sure that you get them tonight or tomorrow or as soon as possible. Because
And this is the first event of its kind.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be cool to say you're at the first one because I know this is going to blow up. I know this is going to be a big thing.
That's the
so-
goal.
So be cool enough to say you're at the first one and buy your tickets for this.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, and there's going to be food provided too. So it's not just like we're, juicing you up with drinks. We're going to be also offering food as well. Again, complimentary, comes with the ticket. So we're going to be announcing the sponsor for the food very soon. But it's going to be great food, great drinks, great time, great girls, great information, just
So excited.
great in general.
And also, if you've been watching this whole time, we are giving an exclusive discount code just for you for watching this. So use code GETNAKED to get 10% off your tickets, and the discount code will expire on Sunday. So it gives you all weekend to use that code. Like Sierra said, you have no excuse not to get these tickets, and be the first to get these tickets.
Oh, and by the way, I want to make a quick disclaimer. You do not have to show up naked.
Yes.
Actually,
not-
please don't show up naked.
Prefer it.
Please keep your clothes on. We're not there yet.
Yes.
We're still just makeup.
There you go.
so no one gets shut down.
Yeah.
Right.
Or like, I don't know, there'll be like a mob scene.
Yes.
Weirdos
We have
outside.
like paparazzi
windows.
outside, like people taking pictures.
They're like, what is this? Oh my god, that'd be so weird.
Alright, guys.
Alright guys, well thanks for watching again, and Shelby, thank you for being our first guest.
Oh my
we
God.
truly appreciate you coming tonight,
Yeah.
appreciate you reaching out to us, appreciate you wanting to do this event with us, so...
I mean, I can just throw it right back at you guys. Like, I'm seriously, I'm so thankful for you three ladies. Also just thankful that, you know, you as a business are so open to having these kinds of events. And I mean, just if you come to the store, if you haven't been here yet, like this necklace says Fearless on it, and it's from the store, and I wear it everywhere, and I get so many compliments on it. But this store just like exudes female empowerment and positivity, and so to be able to host the very first official Naked Networking event here at the store is a complete honor. So thank you for having me on tonight. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you there.
Go buy your tickets.
Yes.